G'day folks, welcome back to another update for natural gas. It's the weekend of the 21st of September 2024. First we look at the monthly, weekly and daily charts. So here we've got the monthly, just broken above on the monthly there with the CCI 150 above its moving averages. On the price chart it's broken into that moving average range, giving us a neutral signal. On the weekly it's bullish, above the CCI 150 but also above the moving average range. And on the daily it's been hovering above that moving average range for a number of weeks now. And nice bullish run, but it's actually given us a nice big bullish spike to the upside through this resistance at 25.71. So if we drill down to the micro levels, here we've got the daily still. Let me drill down on that first. Now I've got these cluster of stochastic arrows giving us a bullish signal, and another fresh one here yesterday at the close of the week. You can see there they're pretty accurate most of the time, so bearish during this period and bullish during this period, a small bearish retrace back at that line there. So that's a stochastics, cluster of stochastics. Now if we take those out and give us the CCI 150 trades, when it breaks above the moving averages, you can see there we're still being a trade with that one on the daily, and that even though it's broken above the resistance, we're still in this trade, and we wait for it to break below this EMA 9 line to close out the trade on that one. Now if we go to a chart I've just introduced, this is a divergence chart as well, in addition to what we're using previously. So I've got the CCI 1500 down here, the CCI indicator, and I've got these cluster of arrows giving us a bearish signal. So you can see there after this cluster, the price dropped off. Back here we had a little bearish cluster, it fell off, rose, and then another bullish cluster here, it rose. Bearish cluster here, it fell off, rose, another bearish cluster, it fell off quite dramatically, and more recently a drop off there, a small rise there, and then currently we're showing a bearish cluster here, so we might see a bit of a pullback in the near term. For BOIL, there is no CCI 150 on the monthly, although you can see it's pretty strongly bearish on the monthly. On the weekly, we've got a bullish divergence, and that's been happening now for a number of years actually, almost 2 years, versus a decline in the price. And on the daily, we've got a slight break to the upside above the CCI 150, and that's giving us this slight bullish rise as well through the moving averages of the price chart. It's slowly approaching this minor resistance at 1103, hasn't quite hit it yet, but we'll keep an eye on that. If we go to the micro view, again using the daily first off, we've got the CCI 150. Let's look at the stochastic arrows first. The cluster, so you can see there we had a drop here, a rise there, just to show you that the arrows do work most of the time. A drop off there, and we've got currently a cluster of bullish arrows giving us a bullish signal. And that also aligns with this CCI 150, so giving us a bullish movement on that one. But again, be careful of this resistance. Now if we show you the trades using the CCI 150, you would have had a couple of bullish trades there, breaking above the CCI 150, and you'd still be in the trade today. So you can see there during that period, if I turn on the bearish arrows, you would have had a couple of bearish trades there with a closeout with those X's marked. But at the moment, bullish momentum, so only long trades should be taken. Now if we look at the divergence cluster of arrows, you can see there's a big bullish movement happening in alignment with the CCI 1500. It's a bit of a wacky chart, this one, but you can see there bullish movement to the upside back there, and another bullish movement there, but that still hasn't played out. The price is pretty much going sideways for a number of months now. So still very slowly moving on the BOIL daily chart there. For KOLD on the monthly, it's broken above on the moving average of the monthly price chart, but no CCI 150. On the weekly, it's showing a bullish movement and bullish divergence, and that's showing this bullish move to the upside on the price chart as well. And that's still rising, although we've got a bit of a pullback this week. That's a big bearish candle on the daily chart, and that's broken below the CCI 150 moving averages as well. And that's after hitting this resistance at 85.10, and now it's currently approaching this support at 61.65, so just be careful of that one. But at the moment, bearish movement only. Going to the micro view, first looking at the daily chart. So if we look at the stochastics first off, again a cluster of red arrows showing us a bearish signal only. You can see there the history of the bearish and bullish movements of these stochastic arrows. And if I show you the bearish movements only for the CCI 150 arrows, you can see there a cluster of red arrows showing a bearish movement, and he'd still be in a trade with that bearish candle at the moment, with the CCI still falling below the moving averages. And for UNG, bearish movement on the price chart for the monthly. That's likewise on the CCI 150. It's broken into that moving average range, giving us a neutral signal. On the weekly, it's broken above that moving average range, giving us a bullish signal, although that's a bullish divergence versus lower lows on the price, making a very slow movement to the upside on the weekly. On the daily, it's actually broken through this previous resistance we had at 1520, so we might see further movement to the upside, and that's also shown with the CCI 150 moving further to the upside on the daily. Going to the micro view, first look at the daily chart. In terms of the, let's pull up the stochastics first. You can see we've got a cluster of bullish stochastic arrows, and that's giving us bullish movement only. You can see there the historical movement of those arrows giving us bullish movement, and then bearish movement to the downside, and currently we're bullish on there. And again, that also aligns with the CCI 150 showing up there. If you're trading the CCI 150, you can see that you would have entered a long position there. You'd still be in the trade and still to stay in it until it breaks below that exponential moving average 9, or this breaks into the CCI 150 moving average range, whatever comes first. In terms of the divergent daily chart, there was no cluster of arrows on the daily at the moment. There was a bullish movement here. That was probably a false signal, but you can see there some of these are just showing false. This is probably not a good example for the divergent chart, so not really much to take away from that. These don't always work. In this case, we're just using that as a test case. So if you got value out of the video, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.